So how much can I get for a trade? Well, I don't think bananas are worth what you think they're worth. If shopping for a new car drives you bananas, head to Community Auto Group in Mason City. We have the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. And you know, with Community, you're getting a straightforward deal from a straightforward dealer. I'd like to buy this car. No? Seriously? Next time I'll skip the monkey business and go to Community Auto Group.
Yeah, we met Friday, and I think Kitty was there. Everybody was there, Brent, staff, Robin Anderson, people from the statue committee that was putting all that together, and Kitty, we talked about where the park board left it. Kitty said she went and talked to all the park board members since the last meeting, and they all, consensus was that most of the park board members wanted it relocated, so we had the meeting and kind of went out in the park, picked a different location, and I think what I'll do is defer to Bob because I think he has more information on that.
I have some. I painted it, put some flags up and called in for a utility locate. And at this time, I'm still waiting on that locate to be finished. I know their Alliant Energy locator is way behind, so I don't think there's anything in there. I think there's power going through that area for the transit building, but again, I don't think that'll be an issue. It'll be further to the south, and it shouldn't be any problem. We may have to adjust a couple sprinkler heads that are in that area, but other than that, I don't think it'll be any issue.
So they're going to move the statue?
Yes.
Yep. About 15 feet to the east.
Yeah, right next to the
Right next to the transit station.
transit
Comfort
station. There you go. Yep, right in that grass area next to it to the west.
It's already there.
Could I say something or ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I went up to City Hall and I couldn't figure out why the door wasn't open. I'm a little bit behind time. Anyway, I wanted especially to be able to talk tonight about several things, but I especially think it's ridiculous to keep that dice in Central Park. As far as I'm concerned, that's a sacred spot now because of the veterans being up there. We don't need everything crammed into Central Park unless it's something specific as far as I'm concerned. And I kind of like the statues. I think they're of interest. But to stick that thing up there right next to the bathrooms, I've been out of commission for a while, undue to my own fault. But I'm back, and I especially wanted to talk about that issue at some point. For one thing, you don't destroy perennials. For another thing, and I shouldn't say this probably, but I tend to go out on a limb sometimes. I don't think Robin Anderson should run this town, and I think it's wonderful you folks have this building. This should have been done a long time ago. Instead of tearing down every dang school in Mason City, why not put it to good use? This is a fabulous building. I had a lot of things I wanted to address. One thing, I very much appreciate what the park board has done as far as the band shell. It never would have become a reality if it wasn't for you folks, the council, and the preservation group. And I'm actively out trying to get different groups to play in there. I talked about it at the city council. We need to use that building. But as far as those cotton picking statues, the dice, please put them somewhere else appropriate. I'm okay with them. How about at East Park or somewhere where children play? You know, that is a game that my little granddaughter and I play with dice. I don't object to them, but just not there. And the city people, if we're to vote on these things, we should have a say in them before they ever come here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
So they're
Bob,
gonna,
can you run through what you already discussed? Kind of refresh my memory. You got it ready to locate?
It is painted for locates, yeah, so we're looking at utility locates and again, trying to figure out what's there, but I don't think there's gonna be any power problems or anything like that. There's no electricity running through that area. Met with Randy Thomas, the traffic technician. He says the street lighting does not go in at a certain location, and then there's a couple sprinkler heads there that we'll just need to adjust. Just have to move them
Okay.
a little bit, so it shouldn't be a problem in the area that it's set to go now.
May I ask one question? How much is that going to cost the city then to move the sculpture 15 feet, whatever? How much is that going to cost us then? Because we've already put out $45,000 for the project already. How much more in staff time, materials, everything else is that going to cost us?
Or a few hours of labor.
Okay.
Put it out at the edge of the city.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. By the way, you
well,
can't hear.
who's gonna remove the city's gonna remove the concrete then, and they have to buy new mountings for these Dyson, I guess, it's Chamber gonna buy them.
The initial intention is to disconnect the statue from the place that it is now and see if we can use the existing concrete and just relocate the concrete with the existing anchor system and just move it over. So our essential cost will be the labor to do that, which I don't think is really a significant amount.
Okay, so I wasn't at the last meeting, but they obviously just didn't themselves to do this. They didn't clear it with you, did they, Bob?
They were supposed to clear it with me, and what happened is they cleared the locations in the city right away, but we did not clear the location in the park for where the sign, where the statue was supposed to go. And it inadvertently got put there. I don't believe it was put there to create as much conflict as it was created, but
Sure.
we're trying to find a solution and move it to a more peaceable location.
Lessons learned.
Yeah.
Lessons learned, not to be repeated, I hope.
Okay. No.
Well, yeah, I put this on. I was gonna make a motion to, I'm not gonna make the motion, because it's obviously been,
Yeah, I don't really think we need to do any action on it. Staff is handling it as we discussed at the last park board meeting. We kind of released it to everybody to meet with staff and kind of work it out. It looks like they did that, so I think they're handling it great, and thank you very much.
I would appreciate though if somebody, rather than put this in a motion, and if somebody just wants to give them a call over there and say if they're gonna put any more statues in City Park or around City Park, we would appreciate if they come up here with a picture and show it to us, because I don't really need a picture of, we don't need a statue of something what's next to that? If they put something in the Veterans Memorial up there, and you're really gonna have
Yeah, and that
We're really
discussion,
gonna have
that
a firefight
discussion has
then.
already occurred.
so, I mean, they need to kind of maybe bring it to our attention what they're gonna do with the park.
And I'm not sure they're planning on putting any more up, are they?
Not for now.
I think all they're doing now is just rotating.
We'll play it. Just let them know that they need to, give us an idea.
There should be no additional locations because all
Right.
that should happen is that
They're just
they'll
gonna reload.
rotate the statues out and either put one of the existing ones that they have in there or a different one, and it should go in the same location as this one is being
I
moved.
don't have a problem with this one or the other, it's just the picture.
If there's staff time involved, the movie utilities, and the base might have to be redone, why don't the Chamber of Commerce pitch in and do that? Why does the city have to do it? It's their statue. They made a mistake by not coming to this board for approval of that specific location. The expense should be theirs, not the
The,
taxpayers in Mason City.
Just for clarification,
Amen
they
to
didn't
that.
have to, we approved the statues, they were supposed to work with staff, not come to the park board for location.
Yeah, but they didn't.
I'd really prefer that, I'd really prefer they come to us in the future. I'd like to, you know what, maybe I'll make the motion. I would like to make a motion that any more statues in or around City Park, Central Park,
Any park.
any park, including Central Park, in or around, that they come to us for approval with a picture of the statue. I'd like to make that motion.
I second that.
Motion and a second. And any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed?
And I would like city staff to draft a letter and send that to the chamber so that they have a clear understanding of that motion. And that's not, I'm not trying to give them a black eye, and I'm not trying to pick a fight with them. I mean, I actually enjoy the statues. I really don't have a problem with the dice thing myself. But they need to come to us and approve something like this. We don't need Mount St. Tongue sitting in the middle of the memorial or something, you know?
That's fine with
I
me.
don't know what's coming
All right.
next year, you know?
Okay, we can move on to discussion. East Park Walk.